Let's catch a crappie.
Let me show you what I'm going to use right here. And I'm going to start off vertical fishing. I have two different areas to fish right here, folks. I have right beside the columns, which I did turn my boat sideways, and I seen some shad around 12 to 14 feet deep. So I can fish for these fish right here. Or I can turn around and fish this break line behind me. Both are excellent places to fish for crappie. But if I do decide, if I can't catch these fish right now, right here, right now, I'm gonna focus on these fish back here. Because a lot of times these fish that's suspended high up in the water column, now this is 35 feet of water right beside these columns. A lot of times, especially if you miss the morning bite or the evening bite, they're not very active at all. They'll be there and not bite. But it seems to me that if they're relating to a break line like this one, you can catch one every once in a while. So what I'm going to do is use a rod that I hadn't used in a while, and it's one of my favorite under bridges or skipping docks. This is an Eagle Claw rod. It's a 2-piece rod, light action, and I have it loaded with 4-pound Mr. Crappie, and this is that old Garcia Sarand S/20. This reel is old. I've got two, and I cannot wear them out, folks. Smooth as they can be. Now I've got a loop knot tied to this crappie magnet right here, and that's a 1/24th of an ounce, 1/24th of an ounce jig head with a crappie magnet. And I don't know what color they call that. It's got red fleck, blue, purple fleck in it, and the bottom is a pearl color. And that's all I'm gonna do. It's a pretty natural looking color. I like white this time of year, or anything like that. Pearl, white, always works for me. That old long neck bird right there, folks, keeps telling me to fish to drop, fish to drop. The reason why that bird is there is because there's some shad in reach of him, and he knows if one strays off of that break line, he'll grab it. I have confidence in those birds now. All right, let's bring this bait back real slow as we can. A lot of rocks back there on the break line. I'm just going to bring it back really slow. I'm going to try to keep it around 12 to 14 feet of water. Remember, that's where those shad are. That's where I'm seeing them out here, and that's probably, more than likely, that's where they're going to be out there. That bird knows those shads running that break line. He just wants one to mess around and get close to him, or he may be targeting bluegill. But he's there for a reason. It's a good feeding spot. There he is. First a fish. That's a good fish right there, folks. That's a real good fish. Dang. Listen at him. He ain't really hooked real good. Barely hooked. Right here, my goodness. They want to jump like a bass when that water temperature gets above 70. They think they're a bass. Let's put that fish in a live well. That's a good black crappie right there. That's a good fish. That fish is pushing 12 inches. They're starting to gain some weight. They've been off spawn for a while. See how girthy that fish is? That'd make some good fillets. There we go. See, I know to catch them. When Mama Sue tells me to do something, I'll do it.
Listen here, if you're gonna go fishing, you're gonna catch me some crappie. And I mean it.
But I'm letting it hit the bottom. It's on the bottom, and I'm gonna crawl it back. And right in there should be the drop off. That's about where that drop is. I'm gonna hold that level, because that's where that first crappie bit. But to be honest, you have to catch 2 or 3 crappie, or I do a lot of times, to really get the feel of what's going on. Remember, they're the type of fish that feeds up, so fishing above them is a great thing. It is the thing to do, slightly above them. See, I know for a fact those crappie are using that area. I know that. And if 5 or 6 crappie a bite, I'll be in good shape. There we go. Maybe this is a good one right here. It feels like it, folks. Yeah, that's a pretty good fish right there. That's a real good fish. Let's get her net right here. I should have had it ready. Now these crappies hard to catch. Quit. It's rare that I sit down, but I sat down right there on that cooler and made one cast after the next. But now that's a good eating size crappie. You could fillet that one. Black crappie. Let's put him in the bucket right here. Well, that's 2. Now I'll tell you exactly what's going on right here. They were pulling water. Now they're not. There's no water movement at all, and that makes it double hard to catch crappie, because they don't position. There's not much of a current here, but it's the type of current that these fish rely on in situations like this, and they're just scattered. Oh my goodness. So what we're going to have to do right now is really fish. Now I know the depth. I know the depth is anywhere from 10 to 12 feet. And when it hits the bottom, and it's going to hit the bottom around 8 feet, I'm going to come off of that drop. Then I'm going to let that jig drop a couple feet. Okay? Then I'm going to bring it back slow and steady. And I'm going to reel that jig at a constant speed to keep it at that depth. And that's about all you can do when you encounter a situation like this. Yeah, but there's plenty. There ain't nothing wrong with keeping limit. You crappie, they reproduce quick. It's just that this time of the year they scatter out. And you either hit them where you can or you don't. And that's just a fact about it.
Yes, sir.
They kind of get in small schools. A few will be on the creek channel here and there around a stump, and they'll just, but there's plenty of crappie.
Yes, sir.
There's one. That's a pretty good fish right there. That high-vis line pays. It does, folks. We got another one right here. He thinks he's a bass fish. Okay. That's a good fish right there. About 12.5 inches probably. Now, folks, it's hard to catch fish when they ain't biting. Me and this young man was talking right here about that. What's your name?
I'm Morgan Neal.
Morgan Neal. And he watches the channel, and he knows when they ain't pulling no water, these fish are hard to catch.
Basically lockjaw.
They do, they lockjaw, but we was talking about fishing as a sport. You got to put the work in. These fish ain't gonna jump in the boat. I wish they would, because Mama Sue wants a mess, and that woman's half Seminole Indian.
Oh yeah, you in trouble.
You mighty right. Let's put him in the bucket right here. The reason Clarence can't breathe is because he won't cut them nose hairs. Okay, let's catch another one. What's your name?
I'm Morgan.
Morgan, and you're from?
Geraldine, Alabama.
What, Geraldine, Alabama?
Yes,
Well, I
sir.
be dog. Well, Morgan's gonna catch a crappie right here, folks.
Yes, sir.
And maybe I can talk him out of it, because I need 1 or 2 more for Sue, but I don't know.
You can have everything we catch, boss.
Well, I just need a couple.
And I mean it.
There's one. That's a little one though. I mean, that's a little crappie. Well, I don't know if Mama Sue's gonna get 5 or not. Now she's got, how many she got right here? Let's see. That woman's mean. Now she's got 3 good ones, I think. 3 or 4, I don't know. But that's illegal. They gotta be 9 inches here on the Tennessee River system, all the way up and down it. That's a black crappie, folks. Gosh, I'm gonna depend on you to catch one right now.
I know it.
The pressure's on.
It's really hard.
They just ain't biting.
Well, look at there.
Huh? You got one?
I finally got one.
Woo! Oh, Mama Sue's gonna love you. That's a good fish. That's a good one right there. Right here at dark, my man pulled through.
Finally got
Look at there, look at there, look at there. Got him on credit under the chin, but that don't matter. That's a catch. Look at there. Hold that fish up right there.
That's what it's all about, folks.
That's what it's all about right there. Now they were tough. Now we got a system coming in, folks. Matter of fact, all week it's going to rain. It's going to be windy. This had a lot to do with the fishing today.
This one's going home to Mama Sue.
You gonna give it to her?
I sure am.
Whew, you know you got me out of trouble. She got all over me this morning because I've been throwing back crappie. Look at there. We got 4 big crappie on a tough afternoon. Woo! Woo! Got her done in there.
Got her, baby.
On it. Well, folks, we're gonna go on in. Fixing to come up a good old rain right here on the river. I want to say God bless each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for everything y'all do. And hey, I'm talking about Dad. And remember, go fishing when you can, because it's good for you.
And remember, folks, in this time, faith over fear.